Hi, you're with India Post Live. I'm Ishan Russell, and India Post Live is, of course, India's first online news conversation portal, web TV. So you too can be part of this conversation. Just go to indiapostlive.com, and over there you can log in and post your comments. Also, if you want to, you can use Twitter, hashtag India Post Live to your tweets, or use our Twitter handle at India Post Live. So today we're talking about our badminton star, Saina Nehwal, and it's been a pretty poor run for her of form so far, and she's been crashing out of tournaments. Last week she in fact crashed out of the Singapore Open. So let's tell you first about Saina's poor run.
India's ace badminton player is not a happy person these days. Her recent performances have been far from satisfactory for Saina Nehwal. She has not been able to turn her winning way for quite some time now. After a stellar performance in 2012 when she won the Swiss Open, Thailand Open, Olympic bronze and the Denmark Open, she had to wait for 15 months to win the Indian Open Grand Prix in Lucknow in January this year. But her fortunes haven't changed much. She lost in the quarterfinals of All England Super Series, Swiss Open and Singapore Open tournaments. Her ranking has steadily declined from being ranked number 2 to number 8. So is she playing too many tournaments, or is there some serious flaw in her game? It's time she put these question marks to rest soon.
Alright, so many question marks over her poor form or what has been going wrong with Saina Nehwal. To help figure that out, or to help answer your questions if you have any, you can come on Skype and ask them to Mr. Harpal Singh Bedi. He joins us in the studio. He's a senior sports journalist, has observed Indian badminton for years now. So, what has been with Saina? Is it just what every sportsman goes through, a poor run of form, or is there more cause for concern?
I think poor run of form, but before I start discussing, I met, or rather Saina's father met me in London, and he said, Mr. Bedi, I'm thankful to you. Every time you come on TV, you support my daughter. I said, no, I'm not supporting your daughter, I'm supporting an Indian sports person who has done very well. The very fact that we are discussing this thing here, badminton, is due to Saina. Saina has come a long way. Yeah. I have seen her playing in Beijing Olympics also, where she just narrowly lost in quarterfinal to Indonesians, but she did remarkably well. That is the other way that, again in London, that her opponent was injured and she had to crash out, but that was not Saina's fault. As your story said, that she has won so many Super Series. The fact remains is, at the moment, Saina is going through a very poor patch, and she has to recover very fast. Why she has to recover fast? Because earlier, her opponents used to rather shiver that they have to play against Saina, except the Chinese. And only if credit be given to Saina that she breached the Chinese wall. She started beating Chinese. But of late, or rather after the Olympics, her form has slumped. And I have not been able to comprehend, or rather nobody has been able to comprehend. If that is injury, then she should not play. Like the Chinese, you have to be fully fit. If she's worried about her ranking, it is already slipping from 2nd to 8th. And second, the most important or rather very crucial point is she's losing to the players who she used to dismiss very lightly. Now she crashes out in the very first round. Now losing in first round is not itself a bad thing, but losing to everybody. It is like now she's going through the phase which Federer has gone, but at least Roger Federer has won 16 Grand Slams and is in 30s. Saina is still in 20s. Now people are not scared of Saina. They are not scared of Federer. Though Federer remains a great player, though Saina remains a great shatterer. And I think she is the person who has given a new direction to Indian badminton. But at the moment, she's struggling, and I think her coaches should tell her, her doctors or the management with whom she moves around, she tell her that what is the problem with her, because she is no longer a threat, potent threat, and whenever there is some draw, like what happened in Indian Open here in Delhi last week, she won first match against a qualifier, then she just managed to win second and then crashed out. So people said that she broke the jinx, that at least she crossed the second round. That was not a good compliment, because she has been winning Super Series. She is a champion. If she has been also a ranked player, we would not have been discussing that here.
Absolutely. But sir, Many would also say that while she has brought the sport to our drawing rooms and our living rooms, and everybody now follows badminton, there's the Indian Badminton League. Suddenly, badminton has become in vogue. People in colonies are playing badminton. They've taken out their old badminton rackets, and you see a lot of young players come into the game. Has Saina Nehwal been playing too much? Does she need a break or something? Because there's been the Indian Badminton League, and there's so many super series. How does one player? I mean, how does a player manage to keep form throughout so many tournaments?
You are right here. This is a very pertinent question whether she's playing too much or she's not playing too much. The question is, at home she does not have that much of sport. Now again, the question will come, if she didn't have that much sport, how come she became
What
champion?
kind of support, sir?
Bench strength.
Okay.
There is no competition. That is, financially there is no problem. See, no individual player or get a crib now that India does not have money. There is no lack of sponsor, no lack of money. That one thing is sure. And those people who come and crib here, I think they are just cribbing for the sake of it. There is a lot of money. Given the situation Indian economy is at the moment, there is a lot of sponsor coming in. They are helping. Even the government helps you. Even the federation helps you. But problem here is there is no bench strength here. Now, when she played, I think she was unknown quantity and people never took her seriously and she started winning. The moment she became potent threat, people started taking her seriously. Now she is facing all the problems. But the Chinese never took Indians seriously in the beginning. But she started beating Chinese. The Chinese take her very seriously.
Right.
The Japanese have the same case with Korean, the Japanese, the Germans. Problem here at the moment is unless you have a bench strength at home, you start playing at home. Otherwise, you cannot keep on traveling. Look at all the super series where the Chinese are figuring. Not every Chinese plays every super series.
Right.
Not the Korean, because it's not possible.
So how do you manage? How do you decide which ones you should play, which one you should not?
Here, I'm not in hurry management thing. It is a coach or the manager with whom she discuss, or her family with whom she discuss, or with the badminton official with whom she is discussing.
Right.
But the only worrisome is that she crashes out in the very first round. Now here, if she cannot win in India at home, I was not expecting her to win at least, but actually I was expecting her to be in the final or semi-final in Delhi. The crowd was there. Everything was in favor of her. Even the draw was in her favor, but she still could not win. That is the sad thing. And second thing is that you have a sport, PV Sandhu is there, but you are putting too much pressure on her also. Sandhu also after winning one medal here and one medal there, she is also not making the impact which Saina has made. The discussion here is about Saina. She has made an impact. She has brought Indian badminton on an international forum. People have started discussing it. But it's very worrisome that despite all the money and infrastructure available, she's not clicking. Now, if you are totally dependent on one player also, you cannot, after a country of 120 million, you cannot just be dependent on one player. We have to have more players. How we'll get it? Only time will tell. I'm no astrologer, I cannot predict. But at the moment, Indian badminton is only dependent on Saina Nehwal, be a men's section or women's section. If Saina is not there, sponsors are not there. If Saina is not there, media is not there. If Saina is not there, the TV is not there. So she I think is carrying too much of burden on her shoulders.
That perhaps could be affecting performance. What do you think? You come in and tell us, you can log on to India Post Live and you can tell us what you think about Saina's poor run of form. Do you think there's a larger cause for concern? Do you think she should take a break? Well, join in to Twitter. You can join us also. You can hashtag India Post Live to your tweets or use our Twitter handle at India Post Live. So you're talking about other players and the bench strength. There have been, though, a couple of fresh faces that have come in. There's been RMV, Gursaddai, Purupalli Kashyap. They're all, in the sense that, PV Sindhu, but I'm just saying overall bench strength for Indian badminton, is it not at that level?
No, it's not, definitely not. You keep on winning. If you take about men's section, Kashyap is there, Guru Saidat is there, Srikanth is there. They come to quarter-final, semi-final because they have been traveling. They have started winning. But to be a threat to a like Saina became a threat as a woman badminton is concerned. Saina became a threat to Chinese the moment.
What was so special about her game?
I think she was unknown. See, somewhere you could not find out, and nobody took it Indian seriously in the beginning. To be very fair, you have produced only in men's section Saeed Modi, Gopinath, Prakash Podkun, and to some extent Dinesh Khanna. That was way back in the 60s. But in the recent times, basically the main powerhouse for badminton is the Chinese, and then Koreans and the Japanese. Nobody took India seriously, and the girl had confidence in her, and she started winning in. And once she started winning in, when she became world number two, world started taking note of her. And when they started taking note of her, they started understanding her game. And once you understand a particular person's game, she had no other way. She played in a way she started winning in. She could not deviate, and I don't think there was any coach or anybody else to tell her to change the strategy. You need keep on changing strategies, because if you are, the Chinese knew her how she plays, the Japanese knew how she plays, and the Koreans know how she plays. Even the Germans, they started knowing that how she plays, and somewhere she cracked under the pressure. And beside that, she was not physically fit.
Oh, that's an important point we make over there. But we have a caller coming in on Google Hangout. Abhinav joins us from Ahmedabad. Abhinav, what would your comment about Saina's poor form or query to our expert over here be?
My question to the guest is, being a lonely player, we know in female as a Saina Nehwal, and her recent performance are low down. So, what are his weak points?
Okay, what are her weaknesses? You said strategy.
Being an international player,
weaknesses is
being an international player, being a Commonwealth champion, and in the past her ranking up to the international market up to 2, and now she is ranking around 8.
See, I cannot fathom what actually is her problem at the moment, why she has slipped. I can understand. You cannot maintain or sustain the same tempo. You are going to slip sometimes. But it is continuing now. It is for almost almost more than 15 months. After London Olympics, you forget about Lucknow, Indian Open, whatever it is. After she has lost, and also lost badly. See, losing is not a problem here. You keep, if you lose in semi-final, one can understand. If you lose to Chinese, one can understand. But you are losing to Indonesian, the players whom you used to just, what should I say, just dismiss them. It was no match for them. Those players have started defeating her. Leave aside Chinese. So, first in between she was not physically fit. Then when she became fit, whether she was fully fit or not, whether she pushed into it, that you have to do something for Indian badminton, that remains. If she is not fully fit, then she should not play. But there is a reason or concern that if she does not play for long, she may lose her ranking further, and then she may be in the wilderness. Nobody wants to be in the wilderness. Absolutely. This is not everybody can be Rafa Nadal. You take it and you have the. So if and in India, when you do not have much at bench strength at home, you can't practice at home with the same level, same competition. So when you go abroad, you are a lonely person. When you go abroad, you are a lone traveler. You are on to your own self, and you are spending money. And when you are not winning, it also puts more pressure on you, because people have started noticing you. People have started watching you. People are keeping track of you. You are not an ordinary person. You are not an ordinary player. Right. If she had been some ordinary person, nobody would have bothered. There are so many players keep on going. Nobody bothers. So many tennis players keep on playing on circuit. Nobody bothers. Saina is a champion. Now the whole idea of our discussion here is a champion is not in her full form. She is not winning in the last 15 months, and she is not showing any sign of recovery soon. So that is a cause of concern.
That certainly is a cause of concern. Abhinav, does that answer your question? Would you have another one, or do you have a rejoinder to that?
Yeah, I have another question with your guest. Like in cricket, IPL has given us so many players, but in Indian Badminton League, there is a domestic league of Indian Badminton. Do you think that this league will help players and we will get more female players in badminton?
No, this IPL definitely has helped. Remember this Indian Open, when the two finalists were not Indians, in the men's section and women's section, the stadium was full. Amazing thing. Last year in Indian Open, when the final took place, half of the it was played before empty stadium. Because of the popularity of Indian Badminton League, people started playing. Now, as you said, people have started playing abroad. You can outside their houses, you see people carrying badminton. Earlier also used to play, but now it is more visible. And IPL has made it success. And the success of Indian Open only last week in Delhi speaks volumes of what IPL has done. IPL has done good for Indian players also. See, the problem is money. Now players have money. There's no problem as far as money is concerned. So no, there's no excuse about money. There's no excuse about going abroad. So keep on traveling. All the players whom you are going to discuss, they are traveling. They are. I think they travel more than any other body. They keep on playing. The question is when they are going to earn or titles. So we are not winning any title. That is the problem. And that there is Saina's form. And
Is hunger a problem? Is hunger for titles? Is motivation?
no, there is a motivation. There is but somewhere I think Indians, when we reach a quarter-final or final or semi-final of a particular tournament, we say we have created history. The problem is that we have become more of a historian than a player. It is a problem in cricket. You name any tournament,
Yes.
you reach a particular stage and you have created history. History is not created like this. You have to win a title. And Saina gave us this view. Saina, I compare Saina with Vishwanathan Anand, who breached the Russian wall. Nobody could even think of beating Russians. He did it. Vajinder Singh, who brought boxing to our drawing room, he started winning the confidence of person. Sushil Kumar wrestling. So these 4 or 5 individuals have done great job, or I think great service to Indian sports. If ever there is when you discuss about Indian sports, you cannot ignore these people. You may talk about Sachin Tendulkar or Saurav Ganguly. That will be confined to 10 countries. But if you want a wider perspective, people be known abroad. It's Vishwanathan Anand. People talk about him in Spain, people talk about him in Russia, people talk about him in Norway. How many people know Tendulkar in these countries? Same way Saina Nehwal, we talked in China, 120, you see the largest country in the world, then talked about in Korea, talked about Vajinder Singh. Wherever the boxing, the whole of Central Asia and Middle East, he is known. Same is Sushil Kumar. So all these individuals have done great yeoman service to Indian sports. But the question is, at particular stage, barring Vishwanathan Anand, nobody has shown their exploited his or her own potential. Vajinder Singh, Sushil Kumar, and now Saina Nehwal.
All right, Abhinav, would you like to add something to that?
No, thanks.
All right. On that note,
Not at
Abhinav,
all.
thanks very much for joining in to our conversation. We'd love to have you on this conversation again. If there's any other subject, please log in and do post your comments. And you too can be part of this conversation. Just log in via Skype or Google Hangout. Just tell us you want to participate in this conversation. Ask Mr. Bedi a question, and we'd love to have you over here. You can also use Twitter to talk to us. Hashtag India Post Live to your tweets, or you can use the Twitter handle at India Post Live, or just go to indiapostlive.com, the website, and log in and post your comments over there. Mr. Bedi, I just want to talk about the other player who's doing well, PV Sindhu. Is she on the right track?
No, they are all on the right track. She has done a commendable job. The very fact that she won bronze medal in the World Championship itself speaks volume of her talent. And she has been reaching finals or semi-finals. She's the youngest girl to win the Super Series also, as far as India is concerned. But the question is where you go from here. The question is, you have to, as you rightly said, you have to sustain that momentum. It is not one off time that you win and then suddenly disappear. Saina has been there for the last 4 or 5 years, but suddenly now people have started raising questions about or concerned about her performance. I hope Sindhu also is on the right track. Only unless you have in individual games, unless you have a competition at home. It is world over.
Do you see
cannot
that
keep
coming?
on
Do you
traveling.
see that coming? You've been observing overall Indian
No, it
badminton
is,
for such a long
it
time.
is very surprising. I have been observing, like only chess, you can see that a tremendous sport back home. You can call it bench strength. To some extent, wrestling has a. But as far as boxing is concerned, or as far as badminton is concerned, or as far as tennis is concerned, these individual games, there is not much of bench strength.
Why would you, why is that?
This is very surprising. Most of the people tend to go abroad and play. And again, as your question is rightly, there is no problem as far as your question may be that why is not people coming? Because of money. Money is there. Why are not people coming? Because infrastructure is there, government support is there, media support is there. Now this excuse that only cricket is being discussed is wrong. You perform, you will get much more. Somewhere down the line, media has this sense of guilt that they are only helping cricket. So if you do something, they go out of the way to project you. But the question is, you start doing something.
All right, we have another caller coming in. Mr. Ashok Kumar joins us from New Delhi. Thank you very much for coming in, sir. We're talking about Saina Nehwal and her poor run of form. What would you have to say about it? And our expert, Mr. Harpal Singh Bedi, is here in case you want to ask him anything.
Hello, you are asking me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. See, I have been very much interestingly watching Bedi's conversation. Whatever he has said, it was very right. But so far, I want to add on the lack of form of Saina Nehwal. See, if you see her career graph, it started from 2008 to 2008 when she won this junior world badminton championship, and it was up and up to 2012. She was ranked number 2 in the world, and she won 4 major titles in that year. Thereafter, what went wrong? Basically, the think tank which was associated with the improvement of her game, it was found out that she was losing mostly to the Chinese shuttlers. The reason given was that she was not approaching the drop shots. She had a difficulty in approaching the drop shots at the net. So what happened then? They decided that she had much thicker muscles in the thighs. A training exercise was done, and her weight went down from 66 to 60. And with the results, what she lost a lot of punch in the shots, and she lost weight, and she lost the strength. And now we are seeing the Saina in 2013. She was not as quick as she was in the past. And that was the one reason. Other reason was that she had many injuries, toe injuries, and also the other injuries which is associated with time. And I feel the decision of losing her weight, and she had to use a lighter racket. And with the result that punch has gone from her shots, and she is becoming more slower on this one. And now because the age is with her, she is 23, 24 only. I feel she has enough time, and she can recover, and she will bring lots of laurels for India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I didn't know this much, and I think I am informed. I must thank Mr. Shukmar for this information, which I was not aware of. That means he knows so much, and our viewers know so much. It's a very good thing. But what you will suggest to Saina to do?
Yeah, what would you suggest to Saina?
No, you have given us.
See, what I suggest is she has to have more training exercises. She had to consult some very good. I can see who can build her muscles again, and she will be able to use another racket which wherever she can get more punch in the shots, and she is able to move on the court a little bit faster. That's my suggestion. She has to work on the fitness, and if she regains the fitness, and she will definitely bring laurels for India. And she has
Yes,
because I have been watching this Saina's this one rise and rise, because 2013 has been a very bad year for her. She has not won. And another thing is other countries' players are also catching up. Previously, if you see the initial rounds in this were very easy. Now she has to confront better players. Now Chinese Taipei, then we have Thailand players. We are coming up very fast. Now the earlier rounds are not also very easy for her. Now she has to struggle, and by the time she reached quarterfinals or semi-final, finals, her energy is very much sapped. She has to work on the fitness. That's all. She will come back again.
Mr. Bedi, I think I can request you to
No,
convey this to Saina's manager.
Convey. I think he will. He must be knowing Saina also, and I will tell Saina about this. But this part I didn't know that. To be very frank, about the Thai thing part, I knew about this because being a journalist, I don't consider myself as a physiotherapist or something. What has happened? But it's an amazing thing, and it's an interesting thing that why she lost it. If that had happened, she should have recovered by now. But why she has not been able to? After losing this, she should have realized that she has become much more slower, as Mr. Ashok is saying, and her drop shots are not as effective as it used to be, or either rushing to the net is not very effective, or playing on the court is not very effective. She should have, what is her coach is doing? Like Gopi Chand, I think, is a very experienced person, and he doesn't need our suggestions. He should be knowing what is happening. Somewhere, the physical fitness is a paramount thing for her. She may be recovering, and she may understand all the basics of the game, but as a physical fitness is concerned, that is, I think, is a cause for concern.
All right, Mr. Kushu, would you like to add to that, or any other comments before we let you go?
No, I have already to add only one comment. Now the competition is becoming more and more difficult, because you can see the players from other countries like Chinese Taipei, like Indonesia, Malaysia, and other countries are coming up very fast. And now
they are already there. Those players were there, And
Yes.
see, if
Now she has to make her fitness regimes have to be such that she is able to sustain the earlier rounds as well. Now she has to struggle and work very hard for winning the earlier rounds as well. So the physical fitness is the only area where she has to improve. Which I feel then, if she is able to improve, then she will definitely come up good.
that means she has to have this much of confidence that if she skips some tournament, but basically work on her physical fitness and take rest for 2 or 3 months, not rest, work on her fitness and not take part in tournaments. If she's so much of confident and not go for some smaller tournaments, so I think that will do wonder for her. But at the moment, it is not Mr. Ashok or myself or you talking about. It is
That's right,
think tank which has to decide, which is who are advising her. Gopi Chand has to decide. Indian Badminton Federation or their managers, they have to decide what she should do. And in her own self, a player knows what is wrong with her, with him or her. It's not a question. People, if he can understand what has happened to her, he also must have realized that after reducing this thing, I have lost this pace, I have lost the strength. So somewhere, and she must remember that a lot of people still hold the younger player, hold her as a role model. And if she does not give results, desired result at this age of 23, 24, it will have a poor impact on Indian badminton. Remember this thing. She is not in 30.
But that's perhaps also the point that we put too much pressure on
Yeah,
her in terms of
but
Indian
remember
badminton. You
one thing,
mentioned that already.
but remember, if you become a role model, you have to have this pressure.
Yeah.
If you are being given, if people are
Putting you on a pedestal, then
lauding you everything, you have. If you are in the beginning, you took over on your to give new dimension to Indian sports, then you continue with it, and that pressure will be there unless there are 4 or 5 Saina Nehwals, which I don't think is coming in the near future. So pressure will always be there, expectations will always be there. That you have to. Sometimes it helps also. That lot of people, if sometimes most of people are cribbing and they come to us that you are talking about cricketers. Then when we start talking about them, then you are putting pressure on us. You can't have a cake and eat it too. If you want to be in media,
Right.
I say if you are in media, you get sponsors. If you are in media, you get financial aid. If you are in media, government also comes forth and helps you. If you are in media, more and more people come to watch you. So if there is no pressure, no sponsors will not come. Government will not be of any help. People will not be there. So you need a pressure in the sense that constantly in media you have to be if you want to perform.
All right. On that note, gentlemen, we've run out of time on this discussion. Thank you very much, Mr. Ashok Kumar, for such an informed opinion. It was always a pleasure to have you on this show, and we hope you join us more often. Thanks so much. And
Thank
Ms.
you,
Bedi,
thank you, sir. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much for coming in with your comments. Mr. Bedi, as always, a pleasure to have you
Thank
on the
you.
show. Thank you so much for coming in. Well, on that note, we'll wrap up over here, but the conversations, of course, continue on India Post Live. What do you think about Saina's perform? Do you have a word of advice or a word of caution? Do write into us. IndiaPostLive.com is the name of the website, or you can go to India Post Live on Twitter at India Post Live, or use the hashtag India Post Live. On that note, we'll wrap up. Thanks so much for watching.